Election day is next week. Tonight, we're taking a look at a local tax levy to fund the Ashland Library.
News 10's Whitney Clark has the details.
Local voters have the chance to keep the Ashland Library open all week with kids around the Story Circle. If passed, Measure 15113 would renew a tax levy in Ashland. That levy would keep the library open, give people jobs, and provide the community services like story time. News 10 taking a closer look at the measure, asking both supporters and opponents, why should taxpayers support the levy? Chuck Keel is voting yes, even leading the effort to pass the levy. He says the library is about more than just books. It's a place for everyone in the community to learn.
For some of those in the community who are less privileged than others, it provides a way to access the internet. It's particularly important for school kids, high school kids who don't have internet access at home or a computer at home.
Keel says this tax is nothing new.
This levy has been in effect for several years, and what we're proposing is merely to keep on providing the level of service that is currently being provided.
If passed, taxpayers will keep paying about 21 cents for every $1,000 of property, meaning the average homeowner pays around $50 a year. Because it has been in effect for years, News 10 had a hard time finding anyone against the levy. Most people think like Christina Beers.
I am absolutely in support of it and will vote for it gladly.
She brings her sons, Pluto and Mickey, to find books and more.
We come to the library every week on the dot. I take my kids to the children's time. I use their audiobooks online, and we use their resources all the time.
So what would happen if the levy doesn't pass? Library manager Amy Blossom says it would have a huge impact on the community. For now, the library is open 7 days a week for 40 hours, seeing nearly 900 people a day. But it would have to cut those hours down to 24 a week. The library has 14 full-time employees and 60 volunteers. Without the levy, it would have to lay off staff members and end special programs. Those programs include delivering books to those who can't leave their home and story time, which Blossom says is key for growing minds.
There is a lot of study that show that kids who read early or are read to early have a much higher success rate, have higher literacy rates, and so the sooner we can get them in and exposed to reading and the idea of reading, it really helps them throughout their life.
Whether or not story time will continue will be up to the voters to decide. Covering your news in Ashland, Whitney Clark, News 10.
The measure renews a tax Ashland residents are already paying to support the library. If it passes, services will stay the same.